Hi. So how will you be graded for both the demos and the classes? Well, one of the biggest things we're going to be looking for is what you teach. So when you're teaching a lesson using the Boxfish app, you're going to want to follow the slides. Now the slides will have questions and pictures and videos, and we want you to stick to that. It's also okay to ask other questions, but primarily you're going to be using the slides and the content that is within the app and the section that you're teaching. Now also you're going to be graded on your time management. If you remember, each class is going to be 25 minutes, and we want you to stick to 25 minutes almost exactly. We don't want you finishing too early or running out of time and not finishing the content. So if you can stick to 25 minutes and finish everything that you need to do, you'll be giving a good score. The last part that you're going to be graded on is making sure that you have interesting follow-up questions. We will also want you to share your suggestions with the students or share your own personal experiences, maybe with learning English or something related to the content that you're teaching. So asking good follow-up questions would be helpful in getting a good grade. So for example, if I'm talking about how do American children go to school, and the question is, how do American children go to school? You might be able to ask, what is the fastest way to go to school? Or what is the most efficient way for you to go to school? Now these are not in the app, but they are also good questions that can get the student engaged in talking about different things. So now we're going to look at two things. And the first one is how to make your class more interesting. Now this is extremely important because the more interesting a class is, the better a student will learn. So first, to make a class interesting, you can ask good follow-up questions or engaging follow-up questions as previously mentioned. Another good way is to provide funny stories or anecdotes related to what you're talking about. So for example, if we're talking about how you wake up in the morning, I could say, oh, my mom wakes me up and she makes a really loud noise. Now this will engage the student and it will be unexpected for sure. And so the student will be surprised and it's funny. And so the student can connect with you because maybe their parents do something crazy to wake them up. Another way to do something is like hand gestures or to have really recognizable facial expressions. So you can say, good job, great, wow. Or you can say, wow, or excellent, and really get in there. Because remember, your video will be on the app, and so the student can see you. And so if they can see your facial expressions or your hand gestures, this will help the student think that you're more involved and engaged with the class yourself. The second thing we're going to look at is how to lead the students to talk more. So at Boxfish, we want the Chinese students to speak more than the tutor in general. And so to do this, we want to elicit information. So you can ask the questions that are in the app or in the section, but another way is to just sort of command them. Just be like, oh, can you tell me more about this? Or what do you think about this? Or do you have any similar experiences? And obviously, if they say yes or no, be like, oh, tell me about it. So you're not asking what was it, you're asking them like, tell me something about it, or tell me the story, or share something with me. And so the student will have the opportunity to speak many sentences together to either tell the story or the experience or something like that. And so we want to make sure that we're asking good questions and providing opportunity for the students to talk more than the tutor is.